How's it going, guys? I'd like to welcome you to my channel. After watching that shitty race, I'm gonna just talk on behalf of NASCAR because they won't say shit. Even though they know that that race was garbage, I'd like to apologize for that race being absolutely garbage. I hope we get better races eventually. But yeah, that was absolute shit. So now let's get into the race review. That I got that out of my system. I was pissed. Oh, by the way, anyone peek the new Daredevil poster? Yeah, that's pretty lit. Got a cool little poster there. Just want to point that out. I look complete nerd. I got Captain America, Flash. I got all these superheroes. Just yeah, that's why I'm single. Anyways, let's talk about the race. So stage one. Here are the results. What do you want? I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I kind of wish the racing would be better so I could say something. There's nothing to say. It's just, I mean, the 18 and the 78 dominate. And, yeah, that's really it. Stage two.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
The only thing that happened at stage two was at the end of stage two. So again, you have your normal contenders, the 18, the 78, the 20 of Kenseth, the 42 of Larson. They're all up there. But then on the final lap, there's an incident between Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick. Harvick spins and he creates a huge cloud of smoke because he was trying to get it straightened out. Kurt Busch runs into him. Jeffrey Earnhardt runs into him. Truex gets involved in it. He was the leader at the time. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is involved in it. Denny Hamlin was involved in it. Kyle Busch snuck through it and was able to win stage two. There was a big mess. And that was the big moment of the race. Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch were not going to finish the race, and that had a huge implication on the playoff standings. And Kyle Busch would go ahead and win stage two. But the real big story here was Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch. It hurt Kevin Harvick a little bit, but when I show you guys the playoff standings, you'll see he's still pretty safe. Kurt Busch is the one that hurt big time. He is going into Dover. He's going to have some ground to make up. And I actually had him in my final four, so I might be really wrong on that. Man, I thought he would really be showing more speed. And he didn't really show the speed I thought he was going to show the last two races, but he wasn't terrible. I think he would have still been in decent shape if he never got involved in that wreck, so that was unfortunate for him. Now, Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick got into it again. That's what caused the wreck, so Austin Dillon just turned him, and Kevin Harvick was very nice on TV, but on the radio, he knows that Austin Dillon turned him, and yeah, so I'm expecting something there. Kevin Harvick is a very protective guy, kind of. He's very private. He likes to kind of just lay low, but he's mad, and he's gonna pay him back. So expect that soon. If let's say Austin Dillon makes it to the next round or whenever, Harvick won't hurt his own chances. He still has to get through. But you'll probably see something if the opportunity arises, where Harvick will probably pay back Austin Dillon. So just be aware for that. The final stage, I will admit, I fell asleep between lap 170 and 230. I fell asleep for about 60 laps. I think the moment where I fell asleep was when Denny Hamlin had a vibration, pitted, and came back out, but he was basically fine. So yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Had a flat tire, or no, I actually had something weird going on. I don't know. Dale Jr. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for the Dale Jr. fans. I wish he would run better, but he's been absolutely awful, and it kind of sucks to watch because I don't even talk about him, and I wish I could talk about him, but like I'm talking about him when he either wrecks or he has a mechanical failure or a flat tire. I'm not talking about him even running well at all, so it's kind of unfortunate. Casey Kane had a mechanical, so this was another one of the playoff contenders. What am I saying? He had a mechanical issue. The track bar or something broke, and he basically stopped on the track, brought out a caution, which I thought was a little bit ironic. When I first saw it, I thought he brought out the caution on purpose because he had a flat tire and couldn't get on pit road, but yeah, his car was basically broken. He had to come down pit road. Track bar, he's done, and he's going to have some work to do for Dover as well. And then after this, you had a couple of caution incidents with Trevor Bayne and I think the 34 car as well. Those are just caution, breathe caution incidents in New Hampshire. Always happens. But once that, I think Trevor Bayne was the last caution. Once that happened, it was smooth sailing for Kyle Busch. Truex, he was involved in I actually didn't mention this. Truex was involved in the wreck. I did say that, but he had damage on the left rear. He actually came back and got a good finish. But his car was not the same. It wasn't like that same winning car. It was still amazingly fast. So I don't understand those Toyotas, man. I don't get it. I have no idea what is in those cars. It just, wow. Kyle Busch wins the race. I'll put the results right up there for you guys. And yeah, so there's nothing to talk about. This was the worst race of the year. I can honestly say that. It was a race that literally put me to sleep. When I was sleeping, nothing happened. I made sure I looked it up and, any kind of racing, no, nothing. NBC were fishing, trying to find stuff to talk about. It was bad. It was a very bad race. The attendance in the crowd wasn't that great either. I wouldn't be surprised if the ratings weren't that great either because of the whole take a knee controversy with the NFL. Maybe some people were watching football over NASCAR. I wouldn't be surprised if the ratings were down either. That was a terrible race. Has nothing to do with Kyle Busch dominating. I don't think that has much to do with it. More to do with New Hampshire being a shitty track. I don't know why they decided to put the sticky on the third and the first lane. You're just separating the cars. New Hampshire, I tend to like New Hampshire sometimes, the old, when they didn't put the sticky thing, because it was kind of like a short track-esque racetrack where you had to kind of put the bumper to guys, but this sticky thing left the second lane basically, you wouldn't use it. You would try to cross the second lane to get to the first lane coming out the corner. So they were racing side by side, but there was an entire lane between the cars. So there was no contact, and the guy on the high side would get a huge run every time. It was a really dumb decision. That was the worst race I've ever seen in New Hampshire. That was just, I'm just confused by it. What the hell were they thinking? And that's not NASCAR. That's the track. The track decided to do that. If you're gonna put the sticky thing, put it on all three of them or something. I don't know. Just why are you putting it on? Why are you leaving one lane without it? It just, I don't understand. In the end, guys, it's been the same story for most of the year. These kind of races, when the cars are like this, and I guess the track just decided to make a bad decision. The Toyotas are very dominant, and you don't really get there was some good racing for 8th to 13th. There was always pretty good racing going on around there. Jimmy, Denny, Chase Elliott, Ryan Newman, Jamie McMurray, Joey Logano, Clint Boyer, those guys were having some pretty good battles. And whenever the TV would show it, it was really good racing. But the TV wouldn't be showing it. NBC would just go ahead and show Truex leading or Kyle Busch leading. And, the sponsors get great advertisements for them because you're just staring at a caramel car all the time. So I don't understand what was... The TV broadcast was shit. The race was shit. I just don't understand what happened. It was bad. This race was shit. This race was fucking awful. Goddamn. We go into Dover, and, Austin Dillon and Casey Kane, Kurt Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., they're going to have to fight their way into the playoffs somehow. I think basically everyone from Harvick above, Harvick, Elliott, Johnson, Hamlin, they're not mathematically safe, but I feel like they're safe. I don't think none of them are gonna have any issues. I don't know. I guess if, let's say, Harvick had a huge issue really early in the race, wasn't able to get stage points, I guess maybe he can miss out. But you would also need guys like Kane and Newman and or Kane, McMurray, Stenhouse, Kurt Busch to get a lot of stage points before the end of the race. So I don't know. I just don't really see it happening. I think those guys are safe. So from Harvick above, I think they're good. And then we'll move on. Dover, I'm expecting... the first Dover race this year was really good. I remember Larson and Truex going at it, and it was just awesome racing. And I hope to see that again. But I don't think Larson has that kind of speed anymore like he had early in the year. And I think the 18 and the 78 of Kyle Busch and Truex Jr. are just decimating the field in terms of speed. It's unprecedented. This is... I can honestly say I could see Truex and Kyle Busch winning every single race of the playoffs. I could honestly see it. The only one they probably wouldn't win is Talladega, but every other race I could see one of them winning because there is not a single car that is remotely close to those two in terms of speed. Kyle Larson tried his best today, and he was not close in terms of speed to what Kyle Busch had, and even when Truex didn't have damage to what Truex had. Like, those two cars are stupid fast. I've never seen it like this before. It's insane. Guys, if you enjoyed the race, I don't know what to tell. I mean, that's your opinion. I don't see how you enjoyed it. If you like the video, make sure to like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Comment down below. Yeah, I hope there's better races. I don't even, like, I'm making this video. I'm just questioning myself. What am I going to talk about? Because there's just not much to talk about. So I just hope there's better races. And, yeah, so guess I'll see you guys later. Hope you're having a great day. Peace out.
I can't change. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to, and I can't change. Even if I tried, my love, she keeps me warm.